Knievel's wild ride.
I'm going to jump 5 fighter planes and 2 helicopters.
I just picture him either messing up or the bike like ricocheting off the landing ramp, and it scares me. He's the only dad I have.
It's an emotional time for me.
Keep your motor running, quiet out on the highway, looking for adventure, and whatever comes our way, like a true nature style, or we were bound for to be wild, we can climb so high, I'll never wanna die, born to be wild, born to be wild.
Magazine, newspaper directories, call book Robbie on shows, gotta have those. Got my casino guide of the 17,000 tribal casinos in the country. All right, there you have it. Things are going really, really well for Team Knievel. Now, most would say in the daredevil business that you never say that, but I feel really happy. I mean, things are good. Rob's on the road, he's going to New York, the crew's on their way, everything is tight. I just moved into my new office. Business is good.
So we're on the road again to raise money for the victims.
This jump is dedicated to the fallen heroes and the military personnel who have risked their life and who have lost their life in Afghanistan and also Iraq. So Robbie is jumping on the deck of the retired USS Intrepid.
I'm going to jump 5 fighter planes and 2 helicopters. I'm going to put up a big high ski ramp on the other end to get my speed. There might be a couple high spots with the wings that might block my vision a little, but I just got to think and go as fast as I can because there's only, I think, 900 feet on the top of the deck to do the whole thing. That's why I have to build a ski ramp.
So I don't know if I'm going off the edge or I'm going to hit hay bales here. I'll find out when I get there.
All on Saturday night in front of a live television audience with a backdrop of New York City. Ironically enough, the stars have aligned and they've set Evel Knievel Days and Robbie's jump on the USS Intrepid on the same day.
Knievel Days is something that my dad just dedicated his time to his hometown, Butte, Montana.
What is the matter with you people? Get your wire out of the way.
Just a bunch of crazies running around Butte, Montana.
I'm not doing any interview with you people.
What that has created is a challenge for us, and the challenge is the following. The entire week, Robbie will be without Spanky Spangler, who is his stunt coordinator, and the guy who's done 22,000 stunts, who knows every little nuance about a stunt. He can look and tell you what's wrong and right about it.
You know, we're like his security for him, and we can see things that other people can't see.
Bill, the crew chief who has been with Robbie for every live show, is not going to be there either.
Spanky has to perform at Knievel Days, so I know why he's not going to be there, and Bill has to run Knievel Days. He's like the producer, director.
So on Friday night, Spanky is doing his high fall at 7 o'clock. He and Rundle are going to hop in a car. They're going to get whisked to the Butte airport. They're going to catch a flight and get to the deck of the Intrepid a dozen hours before the show goes. While Rundle and Spanky stay back in Butte, Robbie and the rest of his crew are all converging in New York.
My daughter Kristen's in Chicago, and she'll be flying out to New York, hopefully, so we can spend some quality time together.
The thing that makes this jump so special is it's in the #1 media market in the country. Typically, you know, a lot of our jumps are casinos. The guys will sit in a bar, they'll shoot the they'll maybe play a little bit. But in New York, there's a lot of things to tempt you. So there's built-in action here. That only means these guys are going to be on a tear.
When we first got to New York, me and all my buddies, we just went to Times Square and tried to have a lot of fun, and we did.
Hear his name in every town. Hear his name in every town. Is he for real or just a clown? Is he for real or just a clown? Does he have wings? How can he fly? Does he have wings? How can he fly? Is he a man like you and I? Is he
to bed early. The rest of the guys went to some crazy place called Hogs and Heifers.
And Heifers, yeah, I guess that's a legendary bar around here.
I expected more like one of these kind of like hip class biker places or whatever. No, it was in a very smelly neighborhood, just the way it's supposed to be with some dirty bikers.
The place is packed, and the girls get up on the bar, and about 5 of them do their dance thing to like country music or whatever, you know. The way they dress, you know, it's kind of scantily, in between scantily and skanky. They yell at you with megaphones.
The bartender at Hog and Heifers was making fun of me because I ordered cranberry with absolute vodka. So, and then she made more fun of me because I complained that it was too strong.
Your drink is too strong? I've never heard that complaint. You're with all those tattoos. You got the little bandana on. You want extra cranberry juice in your drink.
These chicks are mean around here. So I had a great idea. I thought to myself, you know, what comes around goes around. Hey, Barry. Hey, Barry. Let's do a burnout in there.
All right.
You know?
But listen, are we going to go like this?
Yeah, we can do a burnout. No, we're going to do like this. Okay. We let Todd and Barry and Pete hold the front tires together.
Okay.
And we just 1, 2, 3 and roast them. The wooden floor on my tire really kind of like when I did the burnout, smoked the place up nasty, really nasty. I mean, you couldn't see 3 feet. Yeah, you know what? I thought I had the last laugh, and you know, then we boogied out of there, you know, to the next place. Had to smoke it up, give it some life in there, right? I really believe New York has been now Romanated by the Rominator, and I shall return back.
Our crew is still in the hotel sleeping. They're heading out to check out the ship for the first time, and all these guys are going to be like, oh, look at this ship, you know, wow, I never saw a ship before. They're not even going to be focused on the jump. They're going to be like, you know, tourists kicking tires. Oh, look at these planes. What do you think they are? I don't know. What do you think they are? Bombers? I don't know.
I've been on the road too long. Tired of this suitcase. Oh, there was clean underwear. I gotta get chased.
Meanwhile, I got Robbie, and we have a bunch of press engagements and a bunch of press commitments this morning. And so my job is to get him to, you know, radio, TV, print.
Hey, you know who made this, Danny? Captain Coffee. Took all my cream.
The next day, I had to go check out the site, and all my guys were sleeping or hungover, I don't know what, but I was on my own again.
We got
35 minutes on the deck.
This morning?
Yeah, 10 o'clock.
I'm done?
You're done.
Okay, hey, Zook, if you can hear me, I'm done at 10 o'clock. I only have 35 minutes on the deck, so after the 9:30 interview, I'm going to have to stop.
This is the biggest air and space museum in the world, the USS Intrepid ship. And I only had so much time to do practice runs.
I'm right behind you, Rob. Give me a minute, I'll catch up.
Sometimes people don't understand the situation I'm in.
Hey, Zook! 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 Come here. No radio after the first one. I'm done here at 10 o'clock. I have to be off. Looking nice for the weekend, too, Zook.
I knew it. Saturday, you know, Saturday night is the first blue moon in a long time, which means there's 2 full moons, one on the 1st and one on the 31st. It's a really big day today for us, and it's early in the morning. Robbie's got an appearance on the Today Show. It's tough to get him up early. It's tough to get him up at all. Getting him up early is like impossible.
Oh, my daughter's coming in at 12:08. I gotta be at the airport to pick her up at 12:08.
Yeah, I'm just waking up, all right? What time's Robbie going on?
I was so tired at the Today Show, I didn't even realize who was there and who wasn't really. And I knew my crew chief was there, but everybody else, like Pete, I think he was hungover again in bed. I don't know.
I told my mom she might see me on it, but sorry, Mom, I slept in.
Well, they just want to get you riding around the plaza. No skid marks, no sudden stops and starts.
Is that just right down the street? Right?
Roman was having fun. You know, he likes attention. And he was having fun with all the ladies there, you know. He was going around talking to them.
She wants me to wear pink now.
Yeah.
Keep my shirt up for pink. You got pink undies?
You know, the crowd's there, and we have to be nice to them and, you know, show them that we appreciate that they're there, and Roman's good at that.
No pink undies, no trade. I tell you what, you give me undies, whatever color they are, I'll give you my shirt.
There it is.
Robbie, nice
Hello,
to see
Robbie.
you.
How you doing?
Nice to
How's
see
it
you.
going, man?
It's a pleasure. Let me ask you about your dad. I saw a lot of his crashes, and they were some doozies. What's his condition like today? How is he feeling?
He saw a lot of crashes. He had a lot of good takeoffs, didn't he?
Yeah, he had
It's
some
the
interesting
landings.
landings.
The landings were the problem. You're going to do the 6 planes on the Intrepid. You're going to beat that today. You're going to do 7
You
planes.
want me to jump 7
I want you to
planes?
jump 7 planes here on our plaza.
Oh, man. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to try 7 planes.
Oh,
all right?
this isn't the big bike, is it?
No.
We don't have as much room. Okay.
Huh?
You ready?
I'm ready.
Robbie Knievel, ladies and gentlemen, getting ready. A death-defying jump of 7 aircraft. We've never seen anything like this before, ladies and gentlemen, on the plaza.
Get some speed up!
Here we go. Here he goes. Oh!
He crashed one. Oh, no.
Oh! You winged it!
When I was at the Today Show and I clipped the 7th plane, it went in my mind real quick, like, uh-oh, is that bad luck? But it went in my mind real quick, and then I just said, get it out of there, forget about it.
Winged it a little bit.
Robbie, thank you very much.
Saturday night.
Good luck in the jump on the Intrepid, and say hi to your dad for us, okay?
Well, that was it, huh?
I think it is important for my dad to have his family and loved ones around and close friends because, I mean, I know if I was doing something like that, I would want people to be there to support me. Right when I landed in New York, my dad told me that we were going to meet John Walsh, and I didn't believe him at first. I really don't know. I kind of laughed at him when I said, oh, Dad, I read all John Walsh's Walsh's books? And he said, I'm friends with John Walsh. I said, yeah, right.
And, you know, you're like me. You believe in public safety. And I wanted to say something. I used to watch your father's career. Everybody said he was crazy. I know you're not crazy. You're a little crazy. We're all a little crazy. But you're not a maniac. But I'll tell you what, this guy's got the biggest cojones of any jumper out there. He tries jumps that nobody tries. He puts on a great show. I'm proud of you. I'm proud to be your friend.
Appreciate it, man.
I'm praying for you, buddy.
It was exciting to meet John Walsh because I had read all 3 of his books. I really admire him and look up to him.
Now, I'm going to do one with Kristen. We'll blow these up and we'll get them. Okay, let's do one with a camera and the whole. All right.
I'm just a really big fan of his.
You're going to hit that ramp at about how many miles an hour?
80.
80 miles an hour. Blown out at 80.
Yeah.
Try to get enough height to get up over 3 or 4. 6
fighter planes.
6 fighter planes,
Yeah.
and then try to land it. How are you going to stop that bike?
I got 4 sets of hay, 7 feet high, 24 feet wide, 3 feet apart, so it'll be like boom, 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 boom.
Now, as many times as I've crashed on my motorcycles, I'm worried about you. My kids are worried about you. You're not going to crash in front of all my kids and your beautiful daughter, right?
I wish I could just watch for once.
As the time gets closer to the jump, yeah, I do start to worry a lot because he's the only dad I have, so.
Are you worried? Huh?
Yeah.
Worried about your dad?
Yeah. I don't worry as much as I used to, because now that I'm older, I realize there's really nothing I can do about it, and what's going to happen is going to happen.
Only the good die young.
Hey, we'll take a break, go back to work.
I gotta go back to work. Nice.
Thank you.
Really nice.
Thank you so much.
I'll see you on Saturday.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
They want to put all the planes in place so they can see what it's going to look like for their shot. Can I move the ramp now?
I would think you could. Muller's up on the deck.
Okay, let's.
I think you can.
I'm going to need everybody on deck to move that takeoff ramp. All right?
Well, because of Evil Knievel week and not having my crew chief there to work on my bikes, you know, I expect everything to be on time, perfect, because I'm running around doing interviews.
I got the temporary job of crew chief, I guess. We can use you up there. Everybody come up. We're going to move that takeoff ramp into place. All right? Hey, anybody at home? I need everybody on this ramp. Anybody in there? Hey, hello. Roman, we'll shove this over. I need everybody on it. I need everybody. You know, you can't really be crew chief if the crew doesn't listen to you, you know. This is 6 inches, okay? This is a foot. If I go 1, 2, that's 2 feet.
Good. You got that, Roman? Attaboy.
I got it.
Hey, you got that? Hey.
I got it.
Hey, Roman.
Hey.
Hey, Roman.
Forget about it.
Hey, Roman. You
Forget
got
about
that?
it.
Hey, Roman, get everybody ready to move, okay?
You walk like Charlie Chaplin.
Faster.
Look at that walk.
We all bitch at each other, but we're doing our job, and the important day is show day, and it'll be fine as long as everything's safe and to Robbie's specs.
I mean, there's quite a bit of us. It's impossible for us all to get along. But, you know, what it all comes down to is we're all nervous for him. They got the planes in the gap now, and it's difficult. There's some wings that are folded up on the plane that are in Robbie's path. I'm gonna go over. Pete, get on top of that stick again. You guys get the bottom lined up. Oh, I can't tell it. Damn wing's right in the way. Pete, hold the stick up. Higher.
That's as high as she goes.
Oh. They're pretty much telling me that Robbie's going to jump over that wing, and that wing's right in the path.
Isn't that one wing's a little bit high?
I know, it is.
It's too high. I already told him that. That thing is too high, man. Just take an hacksaw and cut the wings off. I'm gonna have butterflies. You know, I think it's a scary attempt.
It's 2 days before the jump. Robbie's heading out right now to do some practice jumps on the deck of the Intrepid. I hope he likes what he sees out there, because if he doesn't, it could get ugly.
See, Robbie's the crew chief of this crew. And when he comes and looks at it, he knows what he's looking at. He knows what we've got to change.
I've about had it, man.
We all are very, how should I say, on the edge.
Hey, Roman, I want you to get in touch with Robbie on exactly how much air pressure he wants in both them bikes' tires, exactly front and rear.
Well, you know, the bikes were my responsibility this week, that they're like in the shape they're supposed to be.
Hey, where's Roman and Pete?
They're here. They're right here.
Roman screwed up. He was supposed to put air in my tires.
What's everybody been doing? I needed air in my tires last time I rode this.
Roman.
You need air now? Yeah, I did the last time I rode it. It's been sitting there for 3 days.
I told Roman, you know, Roman, you have to check the air in the tires. The tire's low. Roman says, I'm not going to do anything with this motorcycle until Robbie Knievel himself tells me to do so. Well, what happened was Robbie shows up and there's no air in the tire. So Roman says, there's no air in the tire. I said, I know, Roman. Go get the compressor.
Yeah, you know what? I think if there was anybody to blame for this one, it's me.
So, anyway, Robbie ended up filling up himself. I found another compressor on deck. We handled it.
So when he got on today, he was a little bit irritated, and I felt a little bit stupid, and yeah, I guess I goofed it.
I do visualize the jumps before I do them, and I do practice jumps at 80 feet, which is like, you know, not even half the distance.
Nobody move! I got a radar going. Stop! Stop!
I use no speedometer. I do have a guy stand and hit me with the radar on practice runs. I mean, if I had a speedometer fast, the tight run, the tight places I jump, I wouldn't be able to look at it anyway as I was going off the ramp. You got to concentrate on, you know,
That's sort of
the takeoff ramp.
Focus.
Does it feel like a straight, Robbie? Were you landing right in the center? You look landing right in the center.
At first,
Whoa!
Whoa! Don't eat the drink! Whoa!
We just hope for him, cross our fingers, and let Robbie do the rest.
Spanky's going to jump out of a crane from 130 feet tonight, and so when you're in the crane from 130 feet looking down, and that little airbag becomes a book of matches.
Hey, my truck's got to go. My truck, they'll be standing on the roof of that thing. You can't leave it there. I thought it was in the alley.
Where's George? I don't know, but if you don't do it, they ain't gonna get done, and then we're not gonna get to the airport on time. All right. Then we'll be screwed.
All right, then you're screwed.
All right. Once Spanky gets done and once he gets done jumping, they'll have a police car take us to the airport and we'll fly to New York. So we got about 48 hours with no sleep, and hopefully Spanky has a safe jump. We can move to New York, and Robbie does a good job on the aircraft carrier and move on to the next show, I guess.
You know, when you go up in a crane, or you're doing any type of stunt, and you go up, you're 130 or 40 feet high and go into an airbag. Usually, when you're done with the big stunt, you can come down a little bit, but I can't come down because, I'm trying to chase Robbie down, get to New York, and help him with his stunt.
Last year we had wind pickup and started moving the airbag around. That's what I'm concerned about, is just making sure he hits the bag and the flaps open properly and he has a safe jump. Well, just got to get to the airport, man. Move on to the next step of this journey. It's kind of emotional.
Robbie has a very, very, very critical jump in New York City. He's got 120 feet to stop. If he doesn't stop, he's going to fall 85 feet into the water. And we don't know what would happen if that. He's jumping off an aircraft here, so it would be very, very dangerous.
We know we got one behind us, and we're probably going to the toughest one.
Here's my pal Bill Roma say something.
Thanks again, and we're looking forward to Evil Knievel days next year. Thank you.
Okay, Spanky. Good job, Bill.
Way to go.
Kristen left with her mother when we split up when she was 5 to move to Chicago. So every summer, every holiday, I would get Kristen. And all I can do is go visit her.
The night before the jump, my dad and I went out to dinner.
I wish I could see him more often, but I'm busy. You can fly to my shows anytime you want, bring a friend.
I know my dad feels like he missed out on close times with me when I was younger.
Okay. You're a beautiful young woman now, but you're always going to be my baby girl, so just remember that.
I mean, he tells me, that he wishes he always lived closer and that we could have gotten to see each other a lot more.
My advice, don't ever get married. Well, I guess we all got to go through it once.
My dad tries to give me fatherly advice.
Just if you have any grandkids of mine, make sure they're all girls.
Okay, I'll make sure of that.
I don't want any little boys that'll grow up and want to do the same thing I do.
Sometimes it's just kind of funny stuff that I'm never going to do anyway, so I just kind of laugh at him.
So what's with this little... I mean, I had a pierced ear when I was 17, and you just turned 18. Do you have a belly button piercing, too?
Yeah.
Why? And why do you have a nose piercing? No,
Because it's not permanent. I can take it out when I get sick of it.
You just look like my baby girl and you grew up too fast.
Sorry.
But you still look like you're 12.
So can I ask you about this stuff on the internet? The website was called, I swear to God, it was called Robbie Knievel Sucks. I clicked on it and it just had all this stuff that said, oh, his jumps are fake. Look at all the measurements and the angles.
Oh, they're just jealous young punks. I've done it all. I paid my dues. 98% of the people like me.
me and Grandpa.
My dad just kind of laughed it off and said, oh, don't pay attention to that, it's stupid. But it does kind of bother me because I know it's not true. And I've been to his jumps and I know they're not fake. Otherwise, I really wouldn't be scared.
Let's get the heck out of here. And I love you very much, and don't forget it.
I love you too, Dad.
All right.
As the time gets closer to the jump, yeah, I worry about him because he's the only dad I have.
Today is the big day, the jump day.
By jump day, most of our work's all done. My job is well done, I believe, and ready to go.
Baby, what's happening?
Spanky and Rundle made it in from Butte, and they're going to check out the site with Robbie, which it means I pretty much won't see Robbie till showtime.
The jump is, it's going to be crazy as hell.
I need all the crew. I need to walk through with them, go of them, take one last look with all you guys and say who's going to do what. So let's do it.
I hope everything is going well today because it's going to be a very dangerous jump for Robbie because of the wind. He barely sees the landing ramp because all the planes and stuff. And then in the end, the landing is too short for him. You know, he can't really land and brake safely. So he has to dump. It's going to be a controlled crash. And he'll be crashing into the hay bale. So there you go. There's a list of things to worry about on this jump.
This is going to be it. America will be watching tonight. Yeah! Go, Rob. #1.
We love you, Captain Knievel. Good luck with the job. I said the wrong thing.
Good luck, Captain Knievel.
Let's hope he doesn't follow it exactly in his father's footsteps. I think he'll do well, though.
We love you, Captain Knievel. Good luck with the jump.
Robbie's going to jump no matter what. My concern really is his landing and trying to get that bike down because he's going to be traveling fast.
It's time to bring back the dedication to 9/11, the troops, and everybody that fought and died for us. I mean, it's an honor for me to do it. I'm just a daredevil. People are over in Iraq and getting their legs blown off and stuff, I mean, and getting killed. It's an emotional time for me. I'm happy to be American.
The big thing is, you know, the wind, it's a crosswind right now, and it's coming from right to left, so I'm concerned that what'll happen is once he comes off that takeoff ramp, the wind is going to catch him and he'll move the bike off center, and so he'll have, you know, he'll probably be hitting to the right-hand side of the landing ramp, or it'll cross the bike up and get him in trouble.
Because their little wind meter was behind the tower, and it was saying like 8 to 10 miles an hour, 12 miles an hour or something. It was blowing 18.
When he's looking down that ramp and he's looking at what he has to do, and I know what that looks like. And it's tough. It's tough.
It's a terrible feeling. It's probably one of the worst I ever get because you know what the outcome could be. Your heart's beating out of your chest. If something ever did happen, you know, you're gonna walk away wondering, boy, you know, was it something I did wrong, or you know, was it whose fault was it? So it's, I guess, if something were to happen, it'd kill me inside also.
Usually what's going through my mind is I just picture him either messing up or the bike like ricocheting off the landing ramp, and it scares me. But I just hope that he doesn't come tumbling down, that it's smooth and he just hits the hay bales and hopefully just hurts his hand or something besides, you know, really hurting himself.
Beautiful, buddy. Give him a big kiss. You nailed it, bud. You nailed it. You are flying. All right.
Well, the landing went as planned. Robbie laying down the bike and then sliding into the hay bales. However, his left arm and left wrist took the blunt of the slide and the impact. He said he was going at a faster rate of speed, and the impact was far greater than he had anticipated. He then went down to his mobile home where the paramedics examined him.
It was the first time the wind ever blew that much sideways. It twisted my bike in the air and crossed me up. I was just hoping to hit the landing ramp. As soon as I hit it, I knew I was going to crash, but I didn't care what I broke at that point. I'm underneath them hay bales, and I couldn't. Usually my guys got me out in 2 seconds. They couldn't even find me. I went in so hard. I just broke this one bone in my hand and tore my elbow all up. In fact, there's pieces floating around my elbow from years ago, both of them. But that's part of the business.